Welcome to ZoomInData, your go-to channel for in-depth data engineering, analytics, and modern cloud technology interview preparation. In this video, we dive deep into the top 25 semantic models in Microsoft Fabric interview questions for 2025. Perfect for data analysts, BI developers, architects, and anyone preparing for Fabric, Power BI, or enterprise analytics roles. We cover core concepts, direct lake integration, DAX, relationships, security, including RLS, governance, performance, collaboration, version control, and best practices, all explained in clear, interview-ready technical language to help you confidently ace your next interview. 1. What are semantic models in Microsoft Fabric? Semantic models in Microsoft Fabric are independent Power BI items that define a logical analytical domain with tables, relationships, measures, and business terminology for consistent reporting and analysis. Built on tabular modeling technology, they support direct lake mode for high-performance access to OneLake Delta tables without data duplication or imports. As first-class Fabric artifacts, they enable centralized governance, reuse across reports, and integration with notebooks via semantic link. Explicitly created, no auto-generation post-2025, they replace legacy datasets for scalable, enterprise-ready BI. 2. How do semantic models support analytics? Semantic models provide a curated layer with DAX measures, calculated columns, and hierarchies for advanced calculations and self-service exploration. Direct lake mode ensures real-time freshness by querying underlying delta tables on demand with import-like performance. Relationships and metadata enable intuitive slicing, drilling, and cross-domain analysis across Fabric workloads. Integration with Copilot assists in measure creation and natural language queries for democratized insights. 3. How do semantic models integrate with Power BI? Semantic models are the core of Power BI in Fabric, serving as the back-end for reports, dashboards, and paginated reports with live connections. Power BI Desktop supports direct lake development with live editing and auto-save to Fabric workspaces. Composite models blend direct lake with import, direct query for hybrid scenarios and optimal visuals. Shared models allow reports in different workspaces to connect securely to a single governed source. 4. How do semantic models improve data understanding? Business-friendly naming, descriptions, and hierarchies replace technical schemas with intuitive terminology. Measures and calculation groups encapsulate complex logic for consistent KPI definitions. Endorsements, certifications, and Purview glossary integration promote trusted, discoverable assets. Semantic Link exposes model metadata to notebooks for data science alignment. 5. How do semantic models handle business logic? DAX measures and calculated columns centralize reusable calculations like year-over-year growth or margins. Calculation groups manage time intelligence and dynamic formatting without duplicating measures. Roles and perspectives tailor logic to specific consumer groups or scenarios. Copilot generates or refines DAX for faster, accurate business rule implementation. 6. How do semantic models manage relationships? Inactive relationships with single or bi-directional filtering model real-world cardinalities accurately. Auto-detection suggests relationships. Manual overrides ensure optimal query paths. Composite models support cross-source relationships via OneLake unification. TMDL format versions relationship definitions for governed changes. 7. How do semantic models support DAX calculations? Full DAX language enables complex measures, iterators, and context manipulation for analytical depth. Autocomplete, IntelliSense, and Copilot accelerate authoring in web or desktop modeling. Calculation groups reduce measure proliferation for scenarios like time intelligence. Best practice analyzer validates DAX for performance and maintainability. 8. How do semantic models optimize query performance? Direct Lake leverages delta optimizations, V-order, clustering, for efficient columnar loading and skipping. Aggregations and materialized views pre-compute frequent queries in composite models. Adaptive caching and temperature-based paging prioritize hot data in memory. Fallback to SQL endpoints handles complex DAX with distributed execution. 9. How do semantic models manage data security? Workspace RBAC and item-level permissions control creation and consumption access. Object-level security, OLS, hides sensitive tables, columns from unauthorized roles. Sensitivity labels and Purview DLP enforce compliance on exports and sharing. Fixed identity or SSO options secure connections to underlying sources. 10. How do semantic models handle row-level security? DAX-based roles with table filters dynamically restrict rows based on USERPINCIPALNAME, or custom logic. Fixed identity connection enables RLS evaluation without breaking direct lake performance. Roles tested via test as role ensure correct filtering before deployment. OneLake security propagation complements RLS for unified enforcement. 11. How do semantic models support hierarchies? Parent-child or level-based hierarchies enable drill down in date, geography, or organization structures. Ragged hierarchies handle unbalanced levels with hidden members. Display folders organize hierarchies and measures for user-friendly modeling. Inherited in connected reports for consistent navigation experiences. 12. How do semantic models manage metadata? Descriptions, synonyms, and field properties enhance discoverability and Q&A accuracy. Purview integration catalogs lineage, glossary, and classifications enterprise-wide. Automatic sync reflects delta schema changes in direct lake models. TMDL exposes metadata for programmatic management and versioning. 13. How do semantic models handle large datasets? Direct Lake scales to petabytes by loading only required columns on demand from OneLake. Aggregations summarize detailed facts for faster visuals on massive sources. Delta optimizations minimize scanned data with skipping and pruning. Capacity bursting handles peak query loads without fixed limits. 14. How do semantic models support incremental refresh? Composite models apply incremental policies to import tables with range start, range end parameters. Direct Lake inherently incremental via on-demand latest delta access. Upstream pipelines, data flows handle delta loads for hybrid efficiency. Change data feed detects row changes for precise processing. 15. How do semantic models integrate with Lakehouse? Direct Lake connects to Lakehouse delta tables for real-time, zero-copy analytics. SQL endpoint provides TSQL access with views for governed consumption. Medallion gold layers serve as optimized sources for models. Semantic link queries model metadata from Lakehouse notebooks. 16. How do semantic models integrate with warehouse? Direct lake on SQL or TSQL connections leverage warehouse materialized views. Cross-database joins unify warehouse and Lakehouse data seamlessly. CTAS operations populate aggregations for model efficiency. Procedures encapsulate logic callable from models. 17. How do semantic models support real-time analytics? Direct lake queries freshly ingested data without refresh latency. Automatic page refresh enables streaming visuals in reports. Event streams integration lands real-time events for immediate availability. Activator triggers dynamic responses based on model insights. 18. How do semantic models manage version control? Git integration versions TMDL and PBIP files for branching and reviews. Deployment pipelines promote models across dev, test, prod stages. Sync operations preserve metadata like connections and roles. REST APIs enable programmatic versioning and bindings. 19. How do semantic models support collaboration? Workspace co-authoring with presence indicators for simultaneous modeling. Shared models allow cross-workspace report connections with security. Endorsements and domains organize trusted, discoverable content. Commenting and feedback loops in service modeling. 20. How do semantic models enforce data consistency? Centralized measures and relationships eliminate duplicated logic across reports. Single source via OneLake prevents version drift in underlying data. Lineage tracing ensures impact analysis on changes. Calculation groups standardize dynamic behaviors. 21. How do semantic models support enterprise reporting? Conformed dimensions and metrics ensure consistent enterprise KPIs. Paginated reports and embedded analytics consume models securely. Domains group related models for departmental governance. High-scale direct lake supports thousands of concurrent users. 22. How do semantic models optimize storage usage? Direct lake avoids duplication by referencing OneLake Delta directly. Aggregations store only summarized data for detailed facts. Composite modes minimize import footprint with selective tables. Delta compression and vacuuming underlying storage. 23. How do semantic models support governance? Purview lineage, classifications, and audits track usage and compliance. Deployment rules and approvals enforce change management. Sensitivity labels control sharing and exports. Admin APIs manage unused or orphaned models. 24. How do semantic models scale with business growth? Serverless capacity autoscaling handles increasing users and data volumes. Shared models reduce proliferation as consumption grows. Composite and aggregations manage complexity in large enterprises. Git, CI, CD scales development across teams. 25. What are best practices for semantic model design? Use direct lake for large, fresh data. Composite for calculations, RLS needing import. Centralize logic in measures, calculation groups. Apply star schema with conformed dimensions. Implement RLS, OLS early. Version with Git, TMDL and deploy via pipelines. Optimize underlying delta, V-order, clustering, monitor lineage, usage, and performance regularly. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you prepare for your Microsoft Fabric interview, Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your network. Don't forget to subscribe to ZoomInData and hit the bell icon for more in-depth data engineering, analytics, and cloud technology interview prep videos every week. Drop your questions or topic requests in the comments. Let's zoom in on your success together.